Oh, hiya, and welcome to the ChrissieCast live from the compound where every week I get down and dirty with my gaggle of friends and just a few days later I chat to someone interesting from anywhere in the world. Today is Ash Williams Day and we discuss the word Moorish, vision boards and hair transplants. Enjoy. Welcome to the ChrissieCast, my regular Ash Williams.
Great to be here, Chrissie.
Great to see you. Feels like forever.
Yeah, it does in a way. Yeah, but
I want to compliment you on your chambray selection, a very underrated fabric.
thank you. So what is chambray?
It's denim, a light denim.
Because I thought...
I think it's from a French area, like an area of chambray.
Oh, okay.
I think,
And
like
it's all-
champagne.
Oh, interesting. And what, they just make a lot of denim?
I think so.
Because isn't chambray the hair, when your hair is blonde and brunette?
No, that's ombre.
Oh, it's ombre.
Is that ombre or balayage?
Oh, balayage.
I love a bit of balayage.
A bit of balayage.
I do. I love balayage.
I love balayage. I love a balayage dancer. Because of the hair. You can really see it move. But
How do you go when you're eating at a Middle Eastern restaurant and that time comes when the mood shifts and a woman comes out and dances around the table?
I'm thinking about time.
Really?
Where have you been?
Oh, God, I find it very embarrassing because I've always been the sort of person, I don't know, maybe it's my face, my general manner. I'm the one that's pulled out to dance with the belly dancer.
You know what that is? Because you're too engaged. Your eyes engage with people,
Right,
and they're like, this woman wants to get involved.
right. As a stand-up, can you identify those that want to get involved?
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
Wow. I've got
course.
to keep my eyes down.
But your eyes are your eyes. Your eyes are engaging,
Are they?
which is a good thing to have. You just need to be aware of that. It's a positive thing. They're very open.
Oh.
A lot of people would come up to you on the street, I mean, because you are famous, but if you weren't famous, people would still talk to you and engage with you because they are open eyes. I mean, I know people have, all eyes are literally open, but your eyes, they foster conversation.
I think you're right because, because I've been on telly and stuff, people do know me on the street and I'm very comfortable with it. I love it. I love it. But I realised not that long ago that that's been my whole life, interacting in a very friendly fashion with strangers.
Yes.
My whole life.
Yep.
Might be the eyes.
Yep.
You've got a hypothetical for me, Ash. Hit me.
Oh, that's right. Just dawned on me. Would you rather be with a guy who is a consistent heavy breather throughout the day, like it's noticeably loud,
Steam train, I call it.
steam train,
Yeah.
or a steam snorer? But like it's not like 10 out of 10 snoring, it's like 5 out of 10 snoring, but it's every night. Or you've got the loud mouth breather who you know if he's in the room.
Wow. Sleep is very important to me. I am psychotic
Yeah.
about sleep. I'm going to go the day breather, the day mouth breather, because you can turn on the telly, you can listen to Taylor Swift, you can listen to anything and block it out.
Yeah. I'd want someone to tell me if I was either a mouth breather. The snoring, you can't do much about it.
Do you snore?
I don't think so.
No. Snoring's hard. Do women snore?
Yes.
With the women? Yes, they do.
100%. I was sharing a bedroom with my mum, not at mum's. We were on a holiday
Right.
in Port Douglas.
Oh, okay.
And my brother said, Mum's coming up to help look after the kids. There's actually another bed in the room if you want to piggyback on the trip. And I'm like, I'm there, brother. Right? So I'm sharing a room with mum, 2 doubles.
For clarity, you live with your mum day to day, but not in the same bedroom.
Definitely not. Different levels.
Yeah.
And that actually counts for a lot. I've basically got my own apartment upstairs. It's actually pretty damn classy.
Yeah.
And I've got my own separate Wi-Fi port.
Wow.
So I'm really cranking the Wi-Fi. It's probably too fast.
Ethernet.
Yeah. It's not an Ethernet, but
I love an Ethernet.
oh, that's old school.
I prefer it to Wi-Fi.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's probably more reliable. So I'm sharing a bedroom with Mum in Port Douglas, and I go to bed, and Mum is snoring like a champion, like proper.
On her back?
On her side.
Wow.
And I'm like, she is getting some rest, right? And we wake up, and I'm a nice guy. I'm not going to wake her up. I'm like, I'd rather Mum have a good night's sleep.
Yes.
And I'll just deal with it. So I found one earplug in my backpack. I could only find one. So I was like, I'll just chuck one in the ear and the pillow can do the rest.
Yes.
And so I got a bit of shut-eye, and I woke up in the morning and Mum goes, this sounds like a joke, but it's not. She goes, I didn't sleep very well last night. I said, bullshit. You were snoring all night.
But snoring doesn't mean that you're asleep. Snoring means you're having a terrible sleep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I go, anyway, you had a sleep.
Yes. You were unconscious.
You slept.
Yeah.
And she's like, really? Like, how do you know? I go, you were snoring. She goes, oh, no, me.
I know.
And I said, yeah, Mum. She goes, oh, it must have been, there's always an excuse. Oh, it must have been that lemon lime bitters I had at dinner.
Yes.
Or, I did have that pasta. And I'm like, okay, cool.
It's actually very insulting to be told that you snore. It's something that you don't want to hear.
I think it's amongst family members, it's good to know what you're doing. I'd want to know if I was snoring.
I know, but it's embarrassing. It's unladylike.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't like it.
I don't know. I'm just trying to, again, Mum and I have a very porous relationship.
Yes.
And so then the next night she's snoring again like an Olympic champion. And and I said, Mum, you are getting some rest up here in Port Douglas, right? She's like, it must have been the blah, blah.
Yeah, you can blame it on anything.
Every bloody night she snores. And I said, Mum, you just have to accept you're a snorer. Nothing wrong with that.
Maybe she needs to go and have one of those sleep studies and get one of those
the apnea masks.
Hot apnea masks, the sexy masks.
Oh, mate.
You know, every time I would see Dave O'Neill, legendary Australian comedian and one of the greatest men of all time, he used to work on a radio show that I worked on, would come in once a week. And it was early in the morning, obviously. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Oh, yeah. But I worked with him prior to that every day.
He was a regular. I did work with him every single day. I did breakfast with Dave. But this was in the pre-sleep apnea time. More recently, he would turn up with a little brown paper bag full of delicious treats from Keith's Pies around the corner. And the marks still on his face from the sleep apnea mask. It is an absolute dead giveaway.
Oh, my God.
I know. Now, we are talking now, but it's July and I am actually not here. I am in Milan at the moment.
Aren't we all?
This conversation reminds me of a David Lynch film, The Lost Highway, a scene that I've never forgotten, where a character called the Mystery Man is at a party and he calls up the main character and he says, I'm in your living room now. And then the guy is in the living room and it just messes with your brain. I'm messing with your brain now because I'm in Milan for the first time ever in my life. I hope I'm having a good time.
You met a nice man from Milan to Minsk.
What's that?
Michael, his name is. No,
Are you
it's
okay?
It's a reference to Seinfeld reference. There was a movie in Seinfeld called Milan to Minsk, and it was a young girl's erotic journey.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes, so it was referenced all throughout the Seinfeld series. But are you going to go to Minsk?
No, I'm going to Florence because I've seen a sandwich I've got to eat. I've booked a train to Florence to eat this sandwich.
What kind of sandwich?
It is a big sandwich. Yeah, it's a big sandwich. It's maybe a panini, and it involves mortadella and a soft cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Mortadella mozzarella, I believe. Maybe some rocket. I mean, I could make it here and save myself the journey.
Yeah.
But when in Rome.
Yes. Is Milan in Rome?
Close enough. What sort of traveller are you? Because this is the first time I've ever been to Europe in my whole life.
No, it's not.
I've never been anywhere in Europe, ever. And I'm there right now.
Okay. Well, I hope you're post-panini. I think the most important travel tip is to travel light. That's not mine. I didn't come up with that. But it's handy. Get a good backpack.
I did get a good backpack and I'm trying it out. It's got wheels as well because I'm sexy.
A backpack with wheels?
Yeah.
Shit.
So you can wear it on your back and then if you have to.
If someone bum drags you.
Yeah. I can just clip myself onto it.
You're like, yes, please. I got the backpack with wheels. Imagine if you had one of them in the schoolyard. I mean, I haven't had a bum drag since I was probably 10, but I was getting one a day
What's
at
a
school.
bum drag?
It's when someone grabs you by your ankles and drags you along the ground. You never got one of them?
No.
It's like akin to a wedgie.
No, that sounds awful.
It's good fun. It's perfect for someone with a backpack with wheels.
Does your bottom come out and get scratched?
Yep,
and
you get grassy stains all over the back of your pants.
That's just bullying.
I
I would feel so assaulted.
I don't know if kids are doing it these days. I went to an all-boys school. I mean, that was, and also in the main hall, that was on timber. So you really get some speed up.
I would never do something like that. I'm not that person. I'm also not the sort of person that if someone is yawning, I stick my finger in their mouth. I think that is unforgivable because that is my yawn. I am enjoying that yawn. And then for somebody to...
Who's doing that?
People do that.
Who?
That's a thing.
I've never had that.
Have you never even heard that it's a thing?
No, I have. I didn't know it was a regular thing. I have seen people do it, and I'm like, they must be really good friends. That must be their thing to do to each other.
I think there's two types of people in the world.
Tell you what, it's risky. If you're someone who sticks your index finger in someone's mouth when they're yawning, shit. Bit of fun, though, if you get it in and out.
But it robs the joy of the yawn for the other person.
What if it's their second yawn or third yawn?
No.
No, they're all yours.
I love yawns.
Yeah.
I love yawns. I love sneezes. I love it all.
What do you love more, yawns or sneezes?
Sneezes?
Yeah.
Oh, I love a sneeze and I completely surrender myself to it.
Surrender to the sneeze.
Sometimes people go
Mate.
like that and I'm like, no, let it out.
I tell you what, you've touched on something here. Life is short. You know, my brother, right, I was playing golf with him and he sneezed and he goes to me, you know, you're going to meet my brother more. He's quite interesting. He goes,
More?
Well, you've met him, but you haven't like seen
I thought you were saying his name was Moore. You've got to meet my brother.
Moore.
I thought that's a fancy name.
he's-
Ashen Moore.
Ashen Moore. His personality is Moorish. And
what do I have people that say that? Oh, this is Moorish.
you know, a lot of people don't know what Moorish means.
Really?
Just some people that I talk to, they're like, what's this Moorish?
It's the funniest thing. I work with a guy called Tom, and every time he pulls that out, it slays me. Oh, they're Moorish.
Moorish. Yeah.
It's such an old it's a middle-aged lady thing to say. Oh, these are Moorish. These pretzels are Moorish. Oh, this nut mix, Moorish. The bouja, Moorish.
Yeah, it's always a nut. And literally more-ish kind of works. So it's a funny word.
Yes.
'Cause that's what the people who haven't heard it think the etymology of the word is. More-ish. So you want more-ish?
You kind of want more?
Yeah, but it's not. That's not where the
That
word
is
comes
not
from.
the definition.
So I'm playing golf with my brother and he sneezes. And he goes, yeah, I've just started sneezing again. And,
What?
I go, what? He goes, yeah, I was holding him in for 20 years.
Oh.
They're good. They're good fun.
Oh, dear.
And I'm like, yeah, bro, what the fuck have you been doing? He goes, they're so good.
They are good. Is he okay?
Look, I think it's great that he's living his life and he can now sneeze freely. I think
I mean, you got to take the joy where you can get it. And if it's in a sneeze, then
yes,
so be it.
sometimes you don't. It's good to have the silent sneeze in your pocket though, because sometimes you're not in a situation where you should be doing loud sneezes all the time.
No, I disagree.
You disagree. What if you are sneezing
I would
incessantly?
not care. Yep, I would not care where I was. That is my moment because you never know when you're going to get it again. I don't care. I don't care where I am. I could be in this podcast recording live, and if I felt like a sneeze was coming, everything else
Oh, yeah.
comes second. Everything else.
No, 100%. If you were, who's your favourite actor? I think I've asked you this last time. Like, so if you could, you know that old ad, like, oh, I've got dinner with Tom Cruise or something. Who's your dinner with Tom Cruise?
Mark Ruffalo.
So Mark Ruffalo, you're out with Mark Ruffalo and you've just arrived to the date and hors d'oeuvres have just arrived. It's a real vibe. You feel a sneeze coming on, a big one. What are you going to do?
I'm really putting myself in that situation.
Good.
You know what? I would go for it.
Yeah.
Because you've got to start as you mean to finish. Mark Ruffalo needs to know that I am a sneezer and I embrace sneezing and I may wet myself a little bit.
Yes.
Which I would also tell him.
Absolutely.
I would completely surrender to it.
That's it.
I would cover my
yes.
face because I don't want to spit all over him. That's yuck.
No.
The explosion of droplets.
Yeah.
Not good. But I just think you've got to be honest.
Yep.
And he may as well know then what
it.
he's getting into with the whole Lady Madness
Yes.
package that is here.
Yes. And the weeing yourself a little bit. So you'd mention that.
I would mention that.
How would you say that?
I would say it would go like this. Oh, just a little wee.
Nice.
Like that.
That's cool. It's actually a great icebreaker.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I'm Chrissie.
And then it would explain later on if things were going well with Mark Ruffalo, if I had to go and,
No, go on.
sort myself out, like
Yeah.
freshen up.
Definitely. Definitely. But I feel like a lot of girls go and freshen up even if they haven't weed their pants. You know what I mean? They often go for a little freshen up. Can I tell you, I got a quick story, right, just on this. I don't think we're going to talk about this today, but I was on a date, right? And you've kind of parlayed me into this.
Yeah.
And it was a fancy restaurant, way too fancy. I cannot stand these fancy restaurants.
I'm not into them either.
Where you have a bowl of chips and a glass of water and you know it's going to be like over $300.
Yeah.
You're transferring money from your savings account. You're like, fuck. And then
God, it must be expensive to be single
at these
and looking.
it's just a complete improv act the whole time. They're ordering, when the bill comes, it's just acting 101. You're looking at the bill, you're almost falling off your chair. You're like, fuck me dead. Let's do a runner straight up. And so
See, that's good to get out of the way early too.
Yeah, but some girls don't really have a sense of humour. Some of them are quite. And I shouldn't be dating those girls. I should.
You really shouldn't. I'm always up for a runner because I've always got my runners on. High heels are an absolute no-go zone for doing a runner out on a bill.
What fun.
Yeah, it's like Bonnie and Clyde.
You know what I would do if I was doing that? Let's do a runner. And then I'd say, I'll sort the bill out tomorrow. But it's nice that we shared the runner. We were in the moment. Yeah. And I will go back and pay.
Do you know what you could do is you could call ahead to the restaurant and say, listen, I'm coming for dinner. Here's my credit card. Cover it.
Yeah.
And then sort of like The Game, that Michael Douglas film.
Michael, that movie was and still could be my favourite film of all time.
Really? It is so good. And there are so many references in real life still today. And that must be 20, 30 years old, that film.
Can I say something? Michael Douglas, at his best, which is pretty much every film, pound for pound, the best actor ever. I'm going to also throw in the conversation Denzel Washington, but I love a Michael Douglas. I can't resist the guy.
I feel like I agree. I've never thought about it, but I love him in everything. I can see him now doing that monologue from Wall Street. Greed is good. It is flawless. Him in Falling Down. Oh, no, that's him. Where he loses his mind.
I haven't seen it.
It's so good. You'd love it. But yes, The Game.
So anyway.
You could call ahead, set it all up so it's actually not against the law, and then that's a great way to test if this is your woman. If she goes with you.
What I think you do is you temper that a little bit because you do want some realism in the moment. So I would speak to the boss. I go, who's the boss of this place? give him your credit card.
Yeah.
I go, this is between you and me.
Yep.
Just in case anything untoward happens tonight, because I don't want him passing on to the waiter. These guys are going to do a runner because then the waiter, his acting won't be up to it.
Exactly.
You up for a fun night, are we? Oh.
He's not Michael Douglas.
No, he's not.
No.
Imagine that.
I've seated you near the door. Wink.
Oh, my God. So look, going back to the date. So then I go to the bathroom. And it's a pretty fancy bathroom. There's a urinal and a cubicle. And that's not why it's fancy. It was minimalism, and it was dim lighting, and it was beautiful.
Was there music? Sometimes nice restaurants have like
there was
beautiful specific music of like French conversation.
It wasn't
being
French
piped
conversation.
Through. It's really nice.
No, that would be lovely. But this was more like a soft bleed from outside. And so I had to do a wee. Now, I don't know if ladies do this, but I know men do this. When you're about to do a wee, sometimes you like to do a fart beforehand. Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's a bit like sneezing. Let it out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so...
But you've got to, if I need to do that, I've got to pull my butt cheeks very, very far apart so that it goes not.
Right.
Did you know that tip?
No, I didn't. But how do you do that if you're in public?
Oh, I wouldn't do it in public. I'd do it in the toilet.
Oh, right. So it's not like sneezing.
No, if I was having a date with Mark Ruffalo, maybe I would just do that as well.
Yeah,
he's got to know.
Let me just part the cheeks.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm farting.
Yeah.
And so I then do a fart.
Wait, you're doing a standing wee?
Just about to start. I'm just started doing a wee, and I'm
standing up.
Standing up. You've seen urinals, have you?
Yeah, I have.
They're kind of like this.
No,
They're
I
like
have, but I feel like a fart and a wee together combo, I would have thought only happened when you were sitting down.
No. So sometimes it opens up the chambers. And so then I've gone to do a wee and then a quick fart, and then I've realised I followed through with the fart, right?
What?
Yeah, I know. It's pretty gross. I ever do this, Chrissie.
Ash.
Do you think I meant to? And so I'm like thinking, I'm not mortified. It takes a lot for me to be mortified, but I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. We're on a date. What's going on?
How bad was it?
So enough for me to think like I might have to throw the undies in the bin. This is, and whoever heard it knew there was bad on ball. Like there was a lot.
I've never heard that saying.
Well, I don't think it is the same, but yeah, it's
it is now.
Yeah, so then I was like, I need to get into the cubicle.
Yeah.
So I finished my wee and there's someone in the cubicle, and I'm like, well, they're also a witness to what's happened because it was so loud, and anyone who heard that knew. And so I'm waiting to get in there.
Witness, an ear witness as opposed to an eyewitness.
Yes, correct. Crossing now to our ear witness. Yeah, I heard it. It was pretty gross.
See, I would have cut and run at that point.
No, I couldn't because
yes, you could.
How?
I would have just lurked outside the toilet looking to see when that person left, and then I would go back in, and then your anonymity is maintained.
So I thought I'd shit my pants. So I didn't want to leave the safety of the bathroom to be loitering outside the bathroom, and then people could actually, I didn't know what damage I'd done. So people may have been able to see. And they're like,
oh my God, this is horrific.
They're like, why is a guy standing outside the bathroom and why doesn't he go into the bathroom? He shit his pants. Right? So I'm like, I'm staying in the bathroom.
Yeah, you had to stay contained.
And so the cubicle door swings open.
Yeah.
The guy walks out.
Yeah.
It's my waiter.
What?
He looks at me, and I only have one waiter for the night. He looks at me. He knows what he goes. He's like, "You're gonna have to get in here, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I'm thinking, I'm saying two things to him. You shut up.
Yeah, you shut up.
Okay, you keep that between.
Yeah. Do I have to go full prison assault here or what?
You shut up, and then second of all, you could be responsible for this. Your food.
Oh, come on. It's not that quick. It was definitely something you ate for lunch.
I didn't know. I had a lot of emotions. going through me at that time. And then I went in there.
You got in there in private, and what was the damage?
Pulled the pants down, and as soon as I saw the jocks, I'm like, they're not going to make it. They aren't coming with me.
Ash, this is horrific. That's like my worst nightmare.
Yeah, it's the same. And
did you like this girl that was waiting for you at the table?
Yeah.
Was it going well before it went very bad? Oh,
going quite well.
No.
And the thing about men's bathrooms, so when you're in the cubicle, there's no bin. So I'm like, because I needed, as soon as I saw the undies, they were like one of my favourite undies. And I'm like, I'm sorry, mate, you're done. We had some good times.
So an official burial, if you were. Did you have to take your shoes and your pants off and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, this is so humiliating.
And so then I'm in a fancy restaurant. And so then I take them off, and then I'm like, I was honestly thinking in a moment of madness, I'm going to flush them down the toilet. And I thought, don't do that, because then that could create more of a scene.
Yeah. And the waiter has eyeballed you.
He knows. Waiter knows.
Yeah.
And so then I take the undies off, and then I buried them. There was a bin near the.
You buried them.
Well, near the fancy sink was a paper towel bin station, and so I got them. I put them at the bottom of the paper towel, and then I covered them with even more paper towel. And thank God no one had come in. I'm on my knees making this like gross paper mache thing, and then I'm like, all right, I reckon we're good here. I've been in there for ages, way too long. I've been in there for about 15 minutes. And then I make my way back to the table, pretending like nothing's happened.
A slight mist of perspiration and panic on your face and dilated pupils, thinking, does she know what I've been up to in here?
No, because I had the foresight to know that it was hilarious. So I was kind of laughing to myself, thinking like, is that funny? What just happened? I think it is. I think it is funny. That's actually insane. And then I got back, and she's like, oh, she didn't even mention it. I was gone for so long.
And she didn't even mention it?
No, she's very polite. I mean, what would I say? Shit my pants? Or what? You were in there for a while.
You've got to say something. You can't be on the toilet for 15 minutes and not say I dropped a few kids at the pool or whatever. Just one of those lines even.
Here's the thing. If it wasn't like a second date, if it was like a girlfriend, we would have a great story for the rest of the night and really laugh ourselves stupid. But not on a second date, because it wasn't her style of humour.
So what did you say after disappearing for 15 minutes? I'm really interested.
Straight into ordering dessert.
Didn't happen.
No, that didn't happen. And it was like the waiter then came out. So then I had to like see, I'm trying to read him like poker. I'm like, what's he doing? And then he goes, do you guys want to see the dessert menu? And I'm like, no.
Did he say, are you sure you don't want some more chocolate mousse?
Exactly right.
Mr. Williams?
Chocolate. I've already had the sticky date. So anyway, yeah. So look, when you said that you weed yourself a little bit, I kind of did too. And can I tell you one more thing? There's something liberating about not wearing underwear.
Oh, no. Hard disagree. I always have underwear on 24/7, always, apart from in the shower, obviously. I sleep with undies all the time. I don't like the feeling of things being loose. And I think especially with, male genitalia.
Happens a lot.
I find that would be very annoying. Doesn't it get caught and in the way? I've never understood free balling. It's just not for me. I like things tucked away. Like I'm mad for a Spanx or like my bum bag is tight. I like to feel contained.
Well, the only parallel that men may have in that area with women is maybe braless. Is it a bit like, for me, it's a bit like going, I don't have boobs, but is it a bit like going braless?
Yeah, I think it would be. And I do like taking my bra off. That is often the best time of the day. And when my kids see that action, because I often do it in the living room, in the kitchen.
Nice.
Like, it's not a private thing.
No.
I take my bra off, and Peg, when she was about 5, goes, no more work today.
Mama's clocking off.
Mama's clocking off. Mum's getting out her long boobs. And it does feel like that. It's a giant exhale to have them hanging low.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the same as your free balling.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, don't do it a lot, only when I shit my pants. But I liked. It was a fun night.
Don't you worry? Like, I remember the first time I ever saw a testicle was a strange man on a bus. It was a hot day. It was an old guy, and he had, you know how stubbies, those shorts come in different lengths.
Yes.
There's quite short ones.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of made famous by Paul Hogan, I guess, the real short stubbies. And he had the navy stubbies on.
Yep.
And it turned out he had no underpants. He was an older guy, maybe 70 plus. And I feel like testicles get longer the older you get. And also I think when it's hot, they relax.
Yeah, it's true.
And it was a hot day and he was sitting on the bus on one of those, you know, cracked vinyl seats, and he was man-spreading, as most men do. And I took a double take because he was sitting on the cracked vinyl seat, but also his right testicle was sitting independently of him on the seat.
Jesus.
It was out. And I mean, did it have a ticket? I don't know.
No.
But it was clearly, it was a passenger. It was outside the shorts.
Surely he would feel that.
Well, I saw it and I obviously didn't mention it. I didn't say, hey, Kev, your testicles out.
When was this?
Oh, 90s.
Yeah.
Early 90s. Maybe late 80s.
Yeah, I reckon that was pretty common back then, but
why would he not have underpants on? I don't get it.
he might not have been all there. The thing about testicles is, like, I don't know about them, you know,
well,
medically.
You should know about them.
Because here's the thing, growing up, when I was about 16 to 20, huge, and pardon my French, huge testicles. Mm-hmm. Huge.
There seems to be a real theme forming every time we talk.
No, but hang on. And so, really proud of them. Mm-hmm. Like, just love them.
Okay.
Bit of fun.
Sure.
And
like the equivalent of fun bags. I love boobs.
oh, yes.
I love boobs.
Yeah, me too.
If I was a guy, I would love boobs. Oh. They're so fun.
Oh, look.
They're like a fidget toy from Temu, you know?
Yeah.
Like I just love them. Sometimes, you know, I just love them.
So do I. I'm trying to quit them.
No, why?
No, because I am trying to fall in love with personality, Chrissie, because you can be distracted by the magic trick of boobs.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, check out, they're going to pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Magic trick, yeah, and then you forget everything.
You're like, what the hell? Yeah, exactly. And it's just, you're blind and...
The magic trick of boobs.
It is. It's the ultimate magic trick.
What part of it?
Well, you're like, well, I can't wait to see what's under the top hat.
Right.
You know, geez, if I don't know if I will, maybe I will, maybe I won't. And then you do, and you're like, phew, what a show.
And then do you want to see them again and again?
Yeah,
is that part of the appeal?
Yeah, it is. For me, it is. You know, I don't know why I've always liked boobs. Like I've honestly just...
Well, it's no surprise. Boobs are great.
But, you know, there are guys who are just like ass men, and it's like, oh, good for you. Good for you. But anyway, look.
Back to your...
So anyway, the testicles.
Giant,
and then they were huge. And I was like, they're I don't know if they're... Because this is pre-internet when they were huge. And I was like...
Right, so you couldn't run a very easy comparison.
No, but I knew some people had commented, like some friends who had said, just huge testicles. Oh, thank you very much. And so, but then when I was about 21, 22, disappeared.
Were you on steroids? Apparently that's a thing.
No, it wasn't.
If you take steroids, your testicles shrink.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No?
They go from kiwi fruit to like almonds.
Oh.
Little furry almonds.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping they come back. I only looked at them the other day and I was like, this is not even, this is true story.
It's been 20 years. They're not coming back.
They are coming back because when I get older, they have to be coming back.
No, they'll get lower. They won't get bigger.
Lower is what I'm after. I'm not worried about the size. I'm worried about the backdrop. I want a good backdrop, and that's what testicles. Anyway, look, you get it. It's only when you're looking at yourself in the mirror after you've gotten out of the shower. We all do it, don't we? And you go, yeah, I'm looking pretty good. And then you're like, wouldn't mind the testicles a bit lower.
See, I don't look at myself in the mirror. Very, very rarely. Not my body. I always look at my face and I greet myself every time I catch my own eye in the mirror because sometimes this is the only friendly face I see in a day. And I want to make that count. So sometimes I walk past the mirror, I'll take a double take, I'll go, hello. I'll say hello to myself.
Good.
As if I don't know that it's me talking to me. I think you should try it. It's very good.
Oh, no, I do it.
Oh, do you?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, not all the time. I'm not every mirror I pass, I'm talking to myself.
No, but sometimes it's good, like particularly when you're washing your hands, you can look up and give yourself a word of affirmation.
Yes.
It's okay, hey, your testicles are big. Something like that.
They're coming back. Hang in there, brother.
Creative visualization.
Yeah, I've got them on my vision board.
Do you believe in that stuff?
Yeah, I do.
I do too. I do too.
I do, and I've been meaning to make a new one because I've only really made one ever properly.
Okay, how long ago and what was on it?
It was 2010.
Okay, and what you wouldn't remember what
Yeah,
was
of
on
course
it?
I do.
Oh,
I
okay,
remember
what was on
I
it?
looked at it every day because it was in my living room.
I love it.
And like I had a lot of stuff about America on there. I had
And you spent a lot of time in America?
well, this is the thing. I had no plans to move to America before that. None.
Yeah.
I had, comedy festival. I had TV networks on there. I had some shows. I had a picture of Andy Roddick's girlfriend.
How'd it go with her?
Never met her, but I did date someone who looked just like her.
That'll do. The universe doesn't know the difference.
Well, the thing is, Andy Roddick was still married. He's married to her now. So, like,
okay.
It was pretty hard to date specifically her.
Yeah, right.
But that was the general vibe. And then I had some other stuff, and pretty much 95% of it came true.
Did that woman have the magic tricks?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely a power
What would
in
you
it.
What would you put on it now? If I had a craft table here and lots of magazines, a printer maybe, what would you put on it now? Vision board, Ash Williams, 2024.
It would be similar to that, but it would just be a little bit more holistic and maybe a bit more have a bit more of life to it rather than just work.
Yeah, right.
Which is sometimes hard to put on a vision board, life, like the pepper and salt of life.
Yeah.
But you can just have some things in there that kind of give a feel.
Yeah, like on my vision board, no joke. I don't call it a vision board, but maybe it is. I've got a magnet thing that I got from Kmart up in my bedroom, and I'll snip things out and put them on there. And not a word of a lie, on there right now is a picture of the countryside in Italy and a mortadella sandwich.
You're kidding.
Nope.
This is before you booked the trip?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
And it's before I knew about that specific sandwich that a girl told me, Ash London told me about, sent me a photograph of it saying, I am eating this sandwich now in Florence. You have to eat this sandwich. So I put it in my diary and I'm about to eat the sandwich.
And that's all you've got on the board?
No, I've got other things.
Are they coming true?
Yes. It's
Shit.
weird.
I've got to make one again. I tell you.
There's something in it, I reckon. There's something in it.
I've got to make a vision board about making a vision board. It just gave me an idea. They should, and maybe they already do this, they should do sandwich tours of Europe.
Yes, because I'm going to London as well. So I haven't seen in my whole life anywhere in Europe. So it was very hard for me. Initially, I was like, I'm going to have 2 days here and 2 days here and 2 days here. And it was so stressful. So I changed it and I'm just doing Italy, Paris, and then seeing my ex/friend in London, right? Just doing those 3 areas. And on my list of stuff to do in London is to visit a shop called Sandwich. So I feel like I am going to do a sandwich tour.
You should do it. You should put it on Insta. I don't know.
I'm going to.
Content. I would be involved. I'd love to see the sandwiches.
Okay, that's it. That's what I'm going to do. Stay tuned.
I will.
Do you want to do a little round of what's in the belly bag?
Yes,
Great.
please.
What's in the belly bag? I'm handing you the belly bag.
That's
you are going to open it, Ash Williams.
from the producers of What's in the Belly
What's in the belly?
comes What's in the Belly bag.
Correct. Open it up and see if it sparks any memories,
here we go.
stories, thoughts, concerns.
Jesus Christ.
Please open it up.
You know what that looks like?
What?
I can just see. I thought it was the guy from I'm Just Waiting for a Mate. That old.
What's that?
It's like an old YouTube video that went berserk.
Oh, yes, I do know that.
Yeah, it looked like him.
What are you looking at there,
Yeah, I'm
Ash?
looking at a bald man who has a good clump of hair at the front and then he's completely bald out the back. Not completely, but he's just hanging on. He's got a pretty sparse forest of hair.
Yes, it is, in fact, off a website for hair transplants.
Right. I thought you were going to say it is, in fact, Marco, your friend. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, Marco, what's happened?
It's actually the guy that served me my amazing mortadella sandwich in Florence. Thoughts, concerns?
Well, I don't have any concerns, but I am intrigued about hair transplants because several of my friends have had the full hair transplant. Like,
Who?
I don't want to give away the magic trick. I don't want to say names, but some of them are in showbiz.
Really?
And some of them are just chillers, right?
I've got some thoughts about hair transplants, but I want to hear yours first.
Well, I'm seeing people with wigs too. There's a place, a pub I go to. At one point, there were 3 men with wigs.
Yeah.
3 different men from different friendship groups with wigs on. It's got to be the highest wig per capita pub.
Wigs have gotten very, very good.
These were terrible.
Oh, okay.
So I messaged a friend of mine a couple of days ago, and I was like just asking what girls think about wigs because I wasn't sure if girls cared. So if you found out that your guy you were going on a date with or you'd been seeing him for a month, you found out that he had a hair transplant or he was wearing a very good wig, would you care?
I would identify with his insecurities because I believe that hair transplants and that whole industry has done to men what the beauty industry and the weight loss industry have done to women.
Yep.
I think it is one of those things where you are actually perfectly fine already. And if you listen to the messages from these companies, then you feel like you are not good enough and you have to buy their product in order to be good enough. I think that's what hair transplants are all about.
Of course.
Because it doesn't matter.
Well,
It truly doesn't matter to most women, I'm going to say, what's on your head. But it's the most identifiable, relatable thing between men and women to prey on your insecurities, I reckon.
yeah, but it would get you a second or first interview if you're a guy because there'd be some women who'd be like, no, I'm not dating him, he's bald. There would be.
I don't think there's that many. I really don't. I've never met one. I've never met a woman that says, unless you have a full head of hair, I'm not interested. I don't even see it. I don't even see what's on your head. Personally, as a woman.
Producer Marcel, how are you if you were seeing a guy?
And we're not judging haircuts or what they've done with it. The fact that they're bald.
I used to be like what Ash is describing.
But what if they have a neat clipped haircut and it's neat?
No, now I'm good with it. I used to
Judge.
She's evolved.
And you're allowed to have your types, but I don't think that's about the bald. I don't think it's about the baldness specifically.
No, but what I'm saying is that, if you do have hair, it might just get your foot in the door so you can showcase your personality. I don't know. I'm lucky that I do have a full head of hair, but some of these hair transplants.
Is it going anywhere?
Hell no.
Do you know the rule of thumb?
Your mum's dad?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How was his
great
hair?
head of hair.
There you go.
I almost have too much hair. I go to the hairdresser and he's like, geez, you got a lot of hair. And it's almost like he's like negging me. And I'm like,
yeah, why do they do that?
and I'm like, dude, it's keeping you in work, right?
Yeah. How often do you have a haircut?
Once every 3 months.
I haven't had a haircut in over a year.
What about a colour?
I do it myself.
Oh, you need a haircut. Just go and get
I know I need one. I'm getting one next week.
Oh, the hair massage. Bloody hell.
I love that, but it feels weirdly sexual.
Of course it is.
I always get a bit awkward.
No. So you know what you were going back to with the sneezing? Open yourself up to the head massage and just enjoy it. It might be 1/8 sexual or whatever, like a sneeze, but that's all it is. It's only going to go for 10 seconds,
Yeah.
20 seconds, a minute if you get lucky. I mean, often it's same sex people who do it.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I had this guy do a head massage during the week. Really lovely work. And I was like, just thinking, and I surrendered to the massage.
Yeah.
And it was fucking beautiful. And you know what I thought? I thought whoever is your girlfriend or boyfriend is a lucky person.
Yeah, but they wouldn't do that for them. That's not how it works.
He had the touch though. Some of them are very robotic and then you almost want to give them feedback.
Yeah.
But some of them have got their own style and it's like, he's free. What he just did then, I feel like that's a free hand. Like a freehand drawing.
Yeah.
He was going by feel.
Yeah, off-piste.
Oh, way off-piste.
Now, your work here is done, Ash. How hungry are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Have you tried my homemade sourdough from scratch, no yeast, starter, etc.?
I haven't.
Would you like to?
Yes.
Let's go and do that. Thank you so much for your time today, Ash Williams. See you next time.
See ya.
And that's it for another episode with the divine Ash Williams. Follow him at AshWilliams1 on Insta and follow me here at the ChrissieCast for updates and snippets from past and future podcasts. As Guzman y Gomez says, I can't remember which, love ya.